Abzu is an underwater exploration game developed by GiantSquid and published by 505 Games, who provided us with this review copy. My name's Globku, and this is our official review. The gameplay in Abzu is largely focused in exploration. You can swim in any direction, you have a boost button which speeds you up for a short duration before it runs out, and you need to press the same button again. And you can do some backflips while swimming, which have no influence on your speed, you just do it for style. There's a ton of fish in this game, and you can actually ride the bigger ones. You can control their direction, albeit with less precision than when you're swimming by yourself. Abzu is a linear game despite having its own open areas. You can move freely in these open areas, explore them for as long as you want, but they all only have one way in and one way out. While in here you'll find several points of interest you can interact with. You'll find shark statues which you can use to meditate, and through meditation you can learn the names of the different fish within that area and follow them around in this ecosystem. You might even witness them feeding on smaller fish. You've got these crystal structures that release more fish into the ecosystem, and you've got seashells which are nothing more than basic collectibles. You've also got some very minor puzzles, though bear in mind that this is not a puzzle game. The puzzles are literally about finding the thing that opens the door and then going through it. Besides the open areas, you've also got these water rapids, which are faster sections where the goal seems to be catching these schools of fish in the way, because they glow and you'll feel rewarded when you do, but the gameplay implications of this seem to be non-existent. There are a few more surprises along the way that I'll refrain from mentioning because, you know, the element of surprise was something that I really enjoyed. You guys probably know by now that I love it when a game switches the action on a regular basis, and that's something Abzu does really well. But at the same time, no matter the section you're playing, your actions seem to have very little to no impact on the game. Getting caught by a sea mine stuns you for a little bit, but you don't really lose anything from doing this. Meditating lets you look around at fish, and while this game might be pretty to look at, nothing really changes from doing this. And that's my main problem with the game. Abzu has been compared to Journey a lot lately, but in Journey you could come out of it and tell a different story from someone else who played it, because you got caught by the monster who took your scarf, because you found a random player who helped you out during a certain section. In Abzu, everyone's gonna have the same experience because your actions have zero consequences. And also, while the swimming speed might be fine when you're seeing everything for the first time, it feels slow when you're swimming back to get that last collectible or catching the thing that opens the door. This could be fixed by giving the boost a bigger speed increase, and on that note, why the hell do I have to repeatedly press the boost button? Couldn't it just be a toggle like an infinite sprint or something? Pressing that button got old really fast. And the game is only 90 minutes long, which isn't a problem for me. Journey was about the same length and I didn't have a problem there either. But it just goes to show how fast I got tired of pressing the X button for more boost. If your actions had some more impact on the overall experience, I'd score it higher. But that, plus the boost speed, brings the gameplay score down to a C. The presentation is one of the main hooks of the game. The art direction was the same as in Journey, as you can tell. The environments are gorgeous and varied, both colorful and dark. Elements from the environment interact with you when you swim by, be it the sand lifting from the seafloor, seaweed moving out of the way, or fish following you whenever you boost, making exploration that more satisfying. The soundtrack that accompanies all of this is also very appropriate, changing constantly between orchestral uplifting pieces when the sun is shining through the water in a colorful environment, to darker, eerie sounds when the environment looks threatening. Everything is gorgeous and I have no complaints here, but it fails to impress me as much as Journey did back in the day, simply because there's that feeling that we've seen this art style before, and while it still looks amazing, it's certainly not novel anymore. Regarding the story, there is one, but it's incredibly vague, and I've recently reviewed Inside, which I loved, and I could tell you about 3 different interpretations of that story based on the characters and what the environment gives you. In Abzu, I really couldn't do that, and it might be because I'm either too dumb to understand it, or I just didn't care about it enough. The protagonist's identity is a big part of the plot, and there's a certain fish that's introduced early on who looks to be a meaningful character, and it was a pleasant experience following these characters around. But that was mainly because of the environments it takes you to, and the creatures you encounter, because the big message this game tries to convey is something so vague and open to interpretation, I don't really know what to make of it. There's a reason why we split our scores like this. Because I'm going to value the fact that your actions don't have a big impact on the game overall. So my score will probably be lower than someone who doesn't mind that as much and would just like to play a game in a gorgeous environment, exploring the different wonders of this underwater world. And if you're that type of gamer, then I absolutely recommend this game to you. And I did enjoy my time with Abzu, but came out of it feeling like the experience was somewhat empty. And for that, Abzu gets a C. That's my review for Abzu. Let me know if you guys intend to play this game in the comments below, or if you've played it, what did you think of it? Like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more gaming goodness. I've been Globku, thank you for watching, boy.